Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode. Today, we're going to install this gas tank. We're going to install this diesel tank in my van with a stand pipe. Now, the reason we want to use one of these is because when it's installed, there's less chance of it actually picking up contaminants from the bottom of the tank if there's anything garbage gets spilt in here. The other reason we want to use a standpipe over the fitting, we've already had issue with these O-rings disintegrating from the diesel oil or the diesel gas. What I've decided to do was not use this, use the included standpipe. We just got to figure out how to secure this to the tank, because I believe this would be for like a metal gas tank, but I'm sure this plastic is thick enough, as long as we're not using the drill or over tightening it. I believe we can get it in so that it's fitting just right. So what we got to do first off is shave down this plastic groove here so that this rubber piece, so that this rubber circle can fit flush. Once that's done, we'll drill a hole and then we'll slide this piece in, and I would like it, so we'll bend it straight, and then I want the nozzle pointing probably straight back or so, because I don't want to ruin this solder joint, because I don't know how brittle it is. This looks like very thin material. So once we're done mounting that and getting that all mounted inside the tank, we can work on the fuel pump. Now, in my research of diesel heaters, I came across this rubber casing for the pump. Now, I don't know if this will make any difference, but I also seen somebody else say that you should mount it on the outside of your vehicle. But I don't want to drill another hole and mount the fuel pump on the outside of the vehicle, because I want my vehicle to sound quiet too when we're at a campsite. So we're mounting it inside the vehicle, and I decided to build a box. So we're going to build a box just roughly, 4 inches wider than the pump, and we're going to find a spot just on the shelf there on the end of the wheel well to mount it, and we'll show you guys that in a bit. And we're going to use my Kilmat sound deadening insulation to seal the box, and between the plywood box, the sound deadening insulation, this rubber device, and maybe a couple zip ties, maybe, just maybe, we can make this thing a little silent, a little bit more quiet. This side's got to point up. So now we have a game plan. Let's go cut some wood and install this, because once these two are installed, the diesel heater is ready to go. As you can see, I worked on some lights last night, got them all wired up, and they're looking pretty, and they're all working. The only one I haven't figured out is the RGB lights, and we'll figure that out later. Which didn't take much. I just hooked up a couple battery cables, I had to make one last positive wire. I did manage to hook up this last negative wire, which isn't much. I mean, you guys aren't missing anything. You guys watched me crimp cables before. I didn't think you guys wanted me watch another 10 minutes of me crimping cables again. So we'll make an episode dedicated to the electrical system later today or tomorrow or the next day. I don't know. We'll see. So look for that video about the electrical system in the next few days. And today we're going to get the diesel heater installed. So what I'm thinking is I'm just going to build a box that fits right in here. It'll come straight up like this into the box, and then it'll loop up and then get connected up here. And then we'll make the same thing, because we'll have to hook up the fuel pump or the fuel filter as well, but the intake will come out here, well, it'll loop up and then come back inside the box and then outside the box and then to the tank. Okay, so I've got my basic little structure here. Just gonna put these together like that. These little sidewalls. Another one here. And then we'll put a little door on it. So let's put it together. Looking good, something like that. Once I was done playing with the nail gun there, I then insulated the entire box with Kill Matte sound deadening. Okay, now that I got my box figured out, it's just a little simple little box. Put a little foam gasket around the edge just to give it a little extra seal, just in case the Kill Matte didn't touch the other Kill Matte. Creating a little box. Just got 2 holes to drill. We're gonna run a fuel line in, a fuel line out, and then we just gotta find a little spot that we can just cut a little notch into for the wiring. We'll wire this up, we'll plumb it up, and then we'll move on to the gas tank. I had to remove a chunk of 2x2 that was in the way for the box to sit snugly on top of that shelf, and then screwed it into place. Oh, that's beautiful. Well, that's not going anywhere. Time to plumb the fuel. Once the fuel lines were all secure, I used the rubber device silencer thing and added it to the collection, and then zip tied it secured so that it wasn't coming loose and having gaps in between, and then letting the sound out, which I'm assuming that's what it was meant for. I use tape to secure the fuel lines to the outside of the box, and then I may consider adding a piece of styrofoam or 2 to keep the fuel lines separated and the fuel pump at a certain degree even when I'm jumping down bumpy roads.
I'll keep an eye on it. If I have to take it apart and add a few more zip ties to secure the fuel pump a little bit better, I will. But for now, this will work. Onto the fuel tank. After I was done drilling the holes that I needed, I then used the same rubber sealant that I used for the turret to seal the gasket to the fuel stand pipe into the tank, and it actually did a pretty good job. I had a nice seal. Oh yeah, it's looking great. Got a perfect seal all the way around. Best this is it's gonna get. Almost tempted to just put a couple dabs of sealant on top of the screws, but I think the sealant will get around the screws on top and complete the seal. Yep. Alright, let's get this mounted up. I'm ready to go. Woo, this is exciting. Look how close that is. It is literally right up against that 2x2. Just for these screw holes to line up. I did not plan that. That just happened by fluke. I am so glad that it fits though. So let's get it screwed in.
Talk back to you. Say it like that. If I hate you.
Lordco came through. They gave me a diesel line or a fuel line. I just gotta be careful it doesn't kink, because this stuff is prone to kinking. So it'll really easily kink. If you're not careful, you can just bend it. But there's nothing going to be down here, and I can always change it later. I mean, it's just one connection. It's mounted good. It's rated for gasoline, so let's mount the tank up, put some diesel in it. I'll be right back when we go to prime it. Alright, let's try something else. Let's try these two buttons. Oh, there we go. Let's try that again. Okay, I'm starting to see liquid flow down the pipe. There's something. There's a couple drops anyways. Let's see if we can get it to flow. If it doesn't start, we'll try again. Oh, there we go. So I've got it going. You can see the diesel going through the line. You can see some air bubbles actually going through the line. And then once it hits the chassis, it goes straight into the heater. Oh, I can smell it. I think it just lit. Now I've got it set in temperature mode. So that means that once it reaches 18 degrees, it shuts off. I don't know how, or it turns down. I don't know how all that works. We'll play with it and figure it out. Alright, let's go check the muffler. Yeah, it's lit. I can feel heat. I'm like trying to show you guys that, oh look guys, there's heat. But you guys can't see heat, so that doesn't really work. But I can feel it starting to warm up. So I have heat in my house. My house is a mess, but I have heat. So look at this. This is so cool. Okay, it's running. It's running like full blast. Can you hear the motor? Barely. Now check this out. If I take this off, but if I put this back on, it's quiet again. So this fuel line from Lorco, thumbs up, works like a chump. So yeah, so once we get an actual faceplate on this, the only thing you'll hear is that fan noise. That's all you'll hear. And then you put a bed here, and depending on whether I put my head, you know, I don't know if I want to put my head up here or my head over here. I don't know yet. Depending on whether the vehicle's parked this way or this way. So yeah, so that's my heater running. I guess we're gonna actually have some warmth in here while we're working instead of freezing our butts off. Let's see our temperature here. Got 9 degrees inside and 6.5 outside. Nice. Now we got the fan going, or the heat going. We can open this up a little bit. Not too much. Just to let out a little moisture. But anyways guys, thanks for watching till the end of the video. Now that we have heat in the van, we can move on to the next project. Check out the next video that's coming out, because pretty soon we'll have some stuff coming in the van. It's gonna make this feel more like home, and I'm excited. Whew. I can already feel the heat already. I haven't even put my curtain up or made insulating window covers for all the windows, including that one and this one. I'm going to make them all window covers for all the windows. Once all those window covers and the doors are insulated, we can go to like minus 20, minus 30 temperatures in this fan and camp anywhere in Canada, any time of the year. Well, minus having 4x4 and super good ice tires. But maybe one year I will. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Okay, so to prime the pump, we need to press the OK and the down arrow at the same time. Doesn't work. Comes up with a timer.